Hello, this is Divine Sunshine, and I promised that I was going to come on real quick and give a reading. I felt like we kind of needed to know. Excuse me, ooh, somebody's releasing some things. Just about where we are on our journey. And so right now, so if this reaches you, this is for you, and I'm gonna do it like other people say. I'm not doing hashtagging or whatever. Um, Clear. If you need to hear it, you hear it as well. Ooh, that's a flyer jumper. Success. So right now, what we're doing is we are concentrating on what is success. If you are like myself, I'm looking at things that again, like what brings me happy and freedom. Those are the two things that I would say will be on the list that help me to feel success. So I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And so I would say that what we're doing is now looking for what brings us passion, looking for something that brings us love and joy. Those things like a love of. And it's like, again, if it's not filling our cup is now here and saying not running over. That's something that we're pretty much saying, you know what, I don't really want to have a part of. Because what things are changing for us is clear. I see one right here. Welcoming to the new. So what things are changing? And this came in reversal, so I'm trying now that I'm just reading it as it is. Right now there's some stagnancy as far as us trying to move into the area of something new. What I'm seeing here, we got a brown butterfly, which to me, whenever I see the color brown, means we got to eliminate some things. And we got to kind of work with how we're communicating it. We got to work on how we're standing in our power. I see two colors here, blue, which would be our confidence, which the way we're communicating it too. But how are we exerting our power, standing in our power in order to get that? Because we got the color purple there, which is again, how are we envisioning it? How are we actually seeing these things? How are we allowing the spirit also to download? Also, my nose is blowing, running. How are we able to download, get the downloads and understanding what spirit or source is trying to say to us? Because there's a new thing coming in, but some of us are standing in the way of it, that we're not allowing it to come in. And so we're kind of right there at the threshold, they're saying to me. We got to kind of move out of that survival mode. I'm hearing the wording, and it's been several times that I've heard there. We're surviving, but we're not thriving. And that's something that we have to, excuse me, also my nose start running. So that's again the heart center. What is it running? What is it helping us to get into that, to really get into our heart with that? Um, I'll say this ain't change, because the things that we got to really work on, and this is the shadow work that we're pretty much in the energies that we got to work in on, clear, is sacrifice. Some of us are sacrificing our happiness. We're kind of in the dark about some things, and we're really, some of us has been downright defensive, that we're not really able to see the truth about what things is. It's been the truth, been we've been serving the truth kind of sideways. And this is the feminine here, all in this armor. So what it is where we have been very overly protective as to where we are, who we are, how we're receiving things, how we're receiving information for others, how we're receiving and seeing the world as well. Because I'm shadow there, and there's a little bit of light there, some enlightenment is coming in. But we need to kind of take off of the defensiveness, take off the armor, some things that it has been inherited, I would say ancestral, where it is our way of us taking in things. Some things we're just doing it out of habit because, well, grandmama has done, and we have taken on that armor. Because most of the time when knights do it, they take on a knight hood where they're taking on the honor. I'm doing this for the honor of my country. I'm doing it for the honor of my king or queen. Those things. And some of us is like holding that coat of armor of the family, and we're taking on those things. And some of those things that I'm picking up too, that I'm sensing, is that we're taking on, and some of this is not our battle to fight. that is something that we need to kind of leave and let that go, or to again remember that we're here to start something anew. And some of us are not doing those things. Some of us are carrying on things either through experiences, things that have happened to us. And so I would say what this is, I'm picking up is again of forgiveness, of letting our burdens down, really truly letting go of those things that do not suit us, like a suit of armor. It doesn't suit us anymore. So that's something that's being brought up to me as well. When we're talking about in our clear, when we're talking about in our love life or romance, getting to know each other, I would say, is it showing? I would say one of the things is getting to know each other in this connection is learning how to know themselves. And in knowing yourself, you're going to be able to know the other person. Right now, I would say in the feminine energies, right now is really understanding how to truly receive. But again, every time when I see this child here blocking there's some childhood issues. And that's again, like I said, I sensed earlier where the feminine energies is really allowing something that happened, I would say even in maybe teenage years or preteens or that, to really cloud how they're able to see the world. So one way I would say is that something that had happened, either they seen with their parents, something they experienced, is really truly coloring. They taking that crayon and coloring everything with it. Everything's red, and you like, sometimes you with the kid, you like, hey, there's other crayons in the box. It's like 24, and then they're like, no, 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 this is cool. I just want everything blue, and you still sitting there like, okay, that ain't really how the world is. And so whatever it is something that you have, I'm picking up a sense that you have learned, that you got to kind of get rid of in order for you to be able to see each other. Like I told the other day, to one of my friends, I watched the soap opera Beyond the Gate. And the young lady found out she was pregnant, and she told her husband, I don't want any babies. I told you I didn't want to be a mom. The husband was very happy about it. However, she's like, well, the reason why I don't want to have kids because I see my mother. My mother had, dropped her career as a successful model, and now she's not. She gave it up. She's not a model, and so I really feel bad, and I don't want to be that part where I have a child and the child stops me from being a successful lawyer. And she just went on and on. She went and had the conversation with her mom, and the mom was looking at her like, where you get that from? I ain't never said you was a burden. I never have felt like I felt sorry for having you, or your sisters. So where is this coming from? That is something again that I'm feeling like something conversation, something did, something you seen, you assumed, and maybe you seen your parents have a bad marriage, and so then you're like, hey, I don't want that. I don't want to have the marriage because I always in heartache. That's your mom's lesson, or that's the lesson of them, but that doesn't mean that's for you. Or like all of us, something that all the family is like that, and so I'm doomed to be this too. It's something that's been said that you're picking up, that you're really scared that inside there's this internal firewall, that's being put up, that's saying you're okay with it, but internally, subconsciously, it's blocking. Same thing with your person. This person is doing a lot of things and staying in relationships due to a or doing things out in the world. Could be a connections, could be work, a person, place, a thing. Just out of duty. Them two have the sword kind of pointing down, which again, their truth is in negativity. It's spiraling. It's on a decline instead of where it is. So they don't have the full arm on. It's just formalities as to why they're doing that. So to me, it's like whatever the end there, the battle has already been done. You didn't serve your time, but you're just still there out of duty. This is them from the masculine's energy. as well. The spirit and divine interventions, and whatever you want to call them, are there. Definitely talking, definitely behind the scenes, working things out. It's on the feminine side more so the energy is really, again, getting those downloads to help out with that. I did this, just trying to see did I leave anything. So again, said life changes. So what is the overall energies that we have to work with in dealing with this? We know there is success, and this is again getting to know. And if we want a success in relationship, this is what we have to do. The shadow work we got to do is this sacrificing, sacrificing our dreams, being in survival mode, sacrificing, and really again putting the armor down, and then welcoming, getting into the energy of welcoming something new. But again, in order for you to get, and the thing is the cup, in order for you to get something to pour into your cup, you got to empty out the cup. As well. And so this is where we are. So let's look at the energies we got right here. Um, this is a reversal. Right now, the energies is opening up. This is not tied up. Again, mentally, you're kind of keeping yourself tied up. But otherwise, this, I'm seeing a lot of mystical energies. You know, I'm hearing the song, I got the power. So you got the power. But you're mentally in your state of, is this is feminine energies, who you are, how you're receiving this newness, you're all tied up, and it's really saying it's time. It's still in the dark about a lot of things, but right now the energies, and like I've seen on other channels and saying about what we have astrology like, this is the time to really clear out all this karmic stuff. This is a time to something about, again, even me talking to you, my tongue, again, really understanding to communicate with it and get comfortable with it. I watch a young lady talking about different energies and like wealth energies, and saying, you know, you got to really, I'm seeing this body all tied up. You got to get to the point that even your body is ready to receive. The cells are even ready to receive. Your mind might be, but it's got to be a full onboarding with this receiving love, because some of you might even say love in some kind of way. This locks up, or your elbow locks up, or you, I can't breathe, because again your body's like, you just not ready to receive that. So these are the energies where we are. I promised the spirit that I would do this to get on and flow. So again, I'm not putting hashtags on it, but you need to again be ready to receive this newness that's coming in. All right, there, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste and Namago. Love you. I'm gone.